Adorador, you have to notice the way she plays. She's not flashy, but she just finds, the spots where to put it. It's a free gift. I'm not going sharp, I'm going long.
2 points for Shaya Adorador, matching the 2 of Bella Belen. 7 all. First deadlock of the opening set. Now for the lead.
What a serve.
Over receive. Ponce pops it up. Here comes Cheng off the block. Des Cheng sends us to our first technical timeout. The Flying Titans up by 1, 8-7. Opening set.
Technical timeout. Chocomucho 8, Capital One 7.
You're watching the PBL conference live here in San Juan City Phil Oil Arena. Eric and Noreen, after that loss to their sister team Dreamline, CC Rondina got just one takeaway. And that is for the Flying Titans to keep working on their patience. After their loss, CC even had an honest talk with Coach Data and asked him, "Saan ba kami nagkulang, Coach?" And even if she was expecting technical feedback, Coach Data surprisingly said he was happy and proud of the team dahil in her words, nakikita na ni Coach ang improvement na gusto niyang mangyari. For CC, today is another opportunity for the Chocomucho squad to refine and test this very character trait that might just help them get back to the win column. So let's see how that goes. Eric and Irene.
All right, thanks very much, Jules. Except for the 28% attack efficiency, it was a pretty good game for the Flying Titans in that 4-set loss against their sister team, Cool Smashers. They're up by 1 here. Rondina. Normal pops it up. Again, to the pipe they go, and Bella Belen sends it to the net.
Yeah, the commitment really of Bella Belen is just there. It was a pretty low set to the pipe, but she went for it, and it was a risk.
Well, Bella Belen, if you guys are wondering, we all saw 71 points through 3 games, but that's off 201 attempts so far through 3 games. So she's getting a bulk of the touches for the Solar Spikers, but her conversion rate is just a little over 30%. And Jimenez from the back row gets her first point.
7.
Well, that's Adrian Herring back to reality, but yeah, it just goes to show she is the first option of Capital One Solar Spikers.
Pauline Gaston, 4 points
For the Solar
in
Spikers.
their last game, that loss against the high-speed hitters. She scored 10 in their first game, but she hasn't gone double digits since then. Rondina popped up by Belen. She's one of the better diggers. And that one outside for Jimenez. They're saying there's a touch, and that is the call by
There's
first
a ball
referee
touch
Patrick
called on the
Castillo.
Flying Titans.
Yeah, I saw the reaction of CC Rondina.
Yeah. So second deadlock of the opening set. Biggest lead was 3 points by the Flying Titans. Good pass by Des Cheng. Chaya Tienza, and again, who's there in the back? Bella Belen for the dig. Rondina for the lead. Now the Solar Spikers going for it. Belen tips it. Picked up by Wong. Ponce to Tolentino. That's going to be an easy pickup for Jimenez.
The defense.
And there's the lead. Madrigal with her first point.
Yeah, you have to give it to Capital One. They worked hard for that point. Great defense and then transition to offense. And one thing we have to mention also is that Capital One has had the number so far of CC Rondina.
Atienza. Excellent floor defense so far for the Solar Spikers. Ponce again with an excellent dig. And CC bounces it off the block.
Rondina.
Well, ever so patient, CC Rondina just hitting it off the blocker. That's the way to go. If you know that you're being checked, try to use the blockers, try to drop. It doesn't have to be all power.
Third deadlock. Rondina, that it was her first point. By the way, here's another service fault for the Flying Titans. That's their third of the game.
Pretty ill time there for Choco Mucho. Because you can sense bit of run here by Capital One.
Jasmine Abor, serving.
We're glad today's a holiday because a lot more people can watch this game. Very important matchup for both these teams as Des Chang had
Get the
second
ball
thoughts
back.
about it, and when
Get
that
the ball.
happens, you find yourself in trouble.
Yeah. Again, coaches will say when you're doubtful or when in doubt, you get. And the coaches actually don't like seeing people jump or athletes jump for it. We saw that in the slow-mo.
Short serve, Tang Ponce, perfect pass still. Back row attack for Tolentino. Nabor to Madrigal, good save by Dina Wong. From Dina, very high pass from Belen. This one behind Adorador. Pecaña,
Wow.
excellent save on the reflex hit by Madrigal. Or make that Jimenez. For Vina, Ponce picks it up. For Vina, rejected by Jimenez.
Martina, turn back.
Again, the defense of Capital One just on point here,
Serving
at least in the first set.
Jimenez with their third point. That's her first block of the game, and this is the biggest lead. Solar Spikers up by 3. Timeout, Flying Titans.
Hey, pinupersa tayo sa ginagawa natin. Importante yan. Kapag nag-off tayo, try. Kung hindi mo try. Usap pag short, pwede mo isa. Pag out of system. Kung hindi kaya natin ma-rebound, pwede mag-short kayo. Usap na lang kayo, sigaw. Lagi lang dito yung bola mo. May tao lagi dito. Kahit anong gawin mo dyan, kung hindi mo itataas sila papalo, lagi kang matataas yung bola. Then, Bella, ito napakagalaw niya. Kung hindi niya babanatan yan, itataas lang lagi ang bola niya. Ha? Ga.
What's been the difference over the last 3 points? Lorene, Capital One Solar Spikers in a good position now.
Yeah, I think, that's a good timeout because Coach Nat is reminding them of what they're doing wrong. We heard the name Bella Belen, tatasin lang niya. So, I think Choco Mucho's gotta be patient with their offense because look at the players. I mean, they're names that we've been mentioning for so long. Capital One's defense has been working for them.
Yep, Bella Belen has been digging superbly in the back row. Rondina, rejected again! Can you believe it? That one by Madrigal. Madrigal's first block today.
Well, obviously, the game plan of Capital One is to close down that pathway of TC Rondina. Maybe for Coach Dante, you want to make some changes here in your starting roster.
CC Rondina has been limited to just 1 point. This is a 7-1 run by the Solar Spikers. Rondina off a combination play. Rondina. It goes over and an easy put away for Pecaña.
Quick reaction.
That's how you correct the wrong. You know that the blockers are there for CC Rondina. Create some plays, some opportunity.
Pecaña with her second point. Great pass by Doromal. Adorador down the line. Big goes over for Tang Ponce from the pipe. And Tang Ponce again digs it up. Tolentino in front. Nabor with a dig. Belen says, I'll set it. Jimenez cross court goes wild.
Jimenez goes
That's just a miss hit, but I would say that was a perfect set by Bella Belen. Out of system set, but it was so good. It's just a miss hit by Jimenez.
Bella Belen
Service. Wong.
digging, passing,
Setting.
everything so far today. Doromal all the way out to Adorador. That one dug by Cheng. Easy over by Rondina. And again, Bella Belen picking it up. Jimenez too close to the net, but she swipes it off the block of Tolentino.
That was smart. You have two tall blockers in front of you, Pecaña and Tolentino. Don't challenge, you brush it off.
Jimenez right now is the leading scorer for the Solar Spikers with 4. Adorador with 2, along with Madrigal and Bella Belen. Biggest lead was 4 points for the Solar Spikers. It's up to 3 right now. What a dig for Bina. Belen is in front. Watch out. Battle at the net. There's a net touch going to be called against Dina Wong.
Called on Pecaña.
Or check that, maybe Pecaña.
Yeah, she was the one at the net.
And
And there's a
Flying
challenge
Titans
to
say
the
they
ball
didn't do it,
by
so
Chocomucho.
a challenge.
Net fall. Challenge.
It happened right in front of Patrick Castillo.
Yeah. Maybe the adrenaline. Yeah, but again, you have to be happy if you're a Capital One fan. You know, the way they're playing defense here, I mean, it's just superb, you know, frustrating the offense of Chocomucho.
Oh, that was
Oh.
actually Bella Belen with net touch.
There is a net fall.
Good challenge.
Belongs to Capital One. Point and serve go to Chocomucho.
All right.
See.
Challenge is
If you know that
successful.
you didn't touch the net, you have to
Titans.
say it with conviction. Tell your coach to challenge it.
Sisi Rondon.
How many times have we seen players say it with conviction but then come up
Short.
short with a mistake? That's Cheng putting away that overpass. 3 points now for
14,
Cheng.
15.
Yeah, just a 1-point lead here. So big difference that challenge is making in the set.
4-1 run for the
Rondina.
Flying Titans. Rondina has been limited to just 1 point so far. Jimenez rejected coverage by Doromal. Nabor goes all the way out to Bela
Oh!
Belen on the other side. Dug by Ponce. From the pipe, Rondina. Nabor digs it up. Jimenez with a push. Dina Wong diving for the dig. Here's Rondina again from the pipe. Long rally. Belen. Cross court.
Oh!
Ponce with another dig. Cheng, drop shot. Nabor easily picks it up. Belen, third time in a row. And this time, she puts it away.
You know, again, the Capital One just playing patient volleyball and it's paying off.
Second technical timeout. 16. Capital One. 14. Chocomucho.
Capital One. 14. Chocomucho.
A packed venue here in San Juan as Bela Belen and the Solar Spikers take on CC Rondina and the Flying Titans in the opening set. 2-point lead right now for Isa Jimenez and the Solar Spikers. And thanks for watching us wherever you are. It's a holiday Tuesday.
At the service zone.
So we're talking about the here in San Juan as Bela Belen and the Nabor Spikers take on CC Rondina and the Flying Titans in the
Kanya
opening
pushes
set.
it. Nabor again. Right on cue with a dig. Belen.
Belen.
Fires one in. Bela Belen. Back-to-back points for the Solar Spikers. He's got 4.
And again, she's doing that against two smaller, I think, blockers.
She's hitting it like they weren't there. Right now, the Solar Spikers are hitting from all angles, Marie.
You have to give credit to Justin Nabor. Aside from her digging, look at that, just one blocker. She's creating these opportunities.
What a way for her to turn it around. In their last game, that loss in 10.7% setting efficiency. But today, it's got to be a lot higher.
Yeah, for sure.
And Gaston with another point. Coach Dante Licerurin will use his final timeout.
Okay guys, small details lang. Hindi tayo organized. Alam natin sino papalo. Nandito tayo na wala pa rin. Okay, detali nun. Then, pangalawa, every time na may transition tayo guys, nagmamadali kayo. Nagmamadali, taas nyo lang yung bola. Alam nyo, bibigay dito. Bola, then, kapag bablock tayo rito, meron tayo, libero tayo rito. Maximize natin yung line, paano mag-block ng line, na cross. Ha, nagkaintindihan? Yun lang yung detali nyo, nakakalimot lang tayo, ha? Yun lang, yun lang.
All right, no more timeouts remaining for the Flying Titans. They are facing their biggest deficit already. This is a 5-point lead against the Flying Titans. Isa Molde, Amadi Madayag, Jem Ferrer. All of them have not played a game, a second of a game or a set so far this All Filipino Conference.
How Coach Dante wishes they can actually suit up for the squad.
Valentino. Nails it in.
Oh, Cat Tolentino finally with a kill for Chocomucho. She has to be instrumental. She needs to contribute because we saw her back row attacks actually were pretty weak. So she has to get her confidence.
Valentino with her third point. Doromal with a perfect pass. Bella Belen in the middle. That caught Pecaña by surprise.
The confidence of Bella Belen is exceeding, right?
5 points, Bella.
Oh, Bella Belen. She is the first option and rightfully so. That tips the line for Cat Tolentino. Again, she has to get going. That's a good straight point for her.
Right now, these side outs are not going to cut it if you're the Flying Titans. They've got to score multiple points in a row. Ina Wong will step out. In comes Alina Bicar, and you see Santiago Manabat in the game for the first time today as well.
Yeah, that could be a good substitution because you need, the firepower of Santiago Manabat.
Good serve, but a better pass. Belen. Tang Ponce again with another dig. Rondina. This one gets away from Jimenez. 2 in a row scored by the Flying Titans.
And more for Coach Dante that you put in the 2 new players, right? And then you score the point. I mean, it also, makes the players who just entered believe that, hey, we're doing something, right?
Only the second point for Rondina, and a nice block by Cheng. Belen. Oh, wow. Bella Belen with 6 points. I mean, how she gets through the block and then the floor defense. Amazing.
She's just challenging all the blockers. This time it's a different duo. It's Santiago Manabat and Matienza. Same result.
Every time Leila Cruz, in her very first game of the conference, checks in along with Iris Torinada. Only a 2-point run for the Flying Titans. Service out.
That's a beauty, really, Eric, of the draft. Capital One gets Bella Belen, and look at the difference.
Bella makes with the squad.
Team captain, serving for Chocomucho.
By the way, Leila Cruz celebrating her 26th birthday today. Happy birthday, Miss Cruz. He gets blocked as a present from CC Rondina. Tang Ponce with a dig. And Manabat down the line.
And look at Bicar trying to rally her team, rally the fans.
Take a look at this beauty. First point for Dindin Manabat. And the first time out for Coach Jorge De Brito.
Good. Just receive and back there again.
Okay, good.
Now you don't have help because you're position 6. It's 1, 2, 3 only. Even the quick, the guys don't get. Okay?
Team captain Roma Doromal. When she's not on the roster, it is Bella Belen who acts as the team captain. Shaya Dorador, 2 points. It is a 2-point lead for the Solar Spikers. Des Cheng, the team captain, in the starting lineup without Ea Laure today for the Flying Titans.
Well, this is the closest that Chocomucho has come in a while.
Dig by Des Cheng in the back row. Rondina is in front. And Rondina makes it a 1-point game.
What a time for those kills to come. Earlier it was Cat Tolentino, now it's CC Rondina. So better late than never for Chocomucho. For Capital One, you have to remember, we have been playing good defense. Not a time for us to change things.
Cheng, good start so far with 3 points. Bella Belen bouncing it off the net.
really challenging the blockers.
Substitution for the Solar Spikers. Tapia checking in for the first time today for Pauline Gaston.
Well, Capital One, you want to protect this lead. This 2-point lead, you can pretty much play side-out volleyball.
Good serve. Service ace for Tapia, her first point of the conference.
Great substitution.
And there is a tweak here for Coach Dante Elensunurin as Jen Kylene Villegas, who has not played at all, has been in the roster, but has not played at all through the last 3 games, is in the starting lineup set number 2 for the Flying Titans.
Yeah, I think it's a good change because you want a spark plug. You want somebody to bring the intensity of the team.
Overpass. I mean, the floor defense of the Solar Spikers, something else in this game. Cap Tolentino attacks. This one grazing Doromal just a bit. Tolentino with her 5th point today.
Yeah, it took a while for her to warm up, but towards the end of that first set, we saw 2 kills, and hopefully, you know, she has warmed up and she will contribute more for Choco Mucho.
Oh, they will need her offense today. Nabor, tough chase. Madrigal, that one dug by Cheng. Rondina is in front. That's going to be a problem for the Solar Spikers.
Better transition there. Look at that. Blockers were late. Just 1 blocker. And Rondina's gonna have her way. You give her 1 blocker.
4 points for CC and a 2-point run to start the second set. Nabor goes to the pipe and that one into the net for Bella Belen.
But Villegas was actually there. Not the tallest of middle blockers, but it's about timing.
Just like the first set, this second set starts off with a 3-point run for the Flying Titans, but they go no further. Service fault for Dina Wong.
Well, that was what happened in the first set.
Yep.
They led, but committed a couple of service errors. So you have to check that. You don't want to fall into that.
Serving for Capital One.
Tolentino now with 6.
Valentino off the hand of
That's the way
Urbina.
Choco Mucho has to play. You got to take the pressure off from CC Rondina. You got to take the focus of the blockers away from her. You have to set your opposite or the middle.
Nabor reverses and a block against Jimenez. The save by Nabor is good. Tolentino again. Dug by Bella Belen. Adorador.
Oh!
Tang Ponce. What can you say about her defense? Doromal pops it up. Pipe attack from Bella Belen. Easy dig for the Flying Titans. Here comes Cheng. Belen again with a dig. Adorador hits. That's an easy over. Rondina from the pipe. She got it.
Rondina, back row attack.
That's a great set again by Dina Wong. Everyone expecting the wing hitters to go for it.
CC Rondina picking up her 5th point. That is your spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong Bayan.
Rondina.
Biggest lead, 4 points for the Flying Titans. Easy over for Doromal, another chance to score. And there it is. Villegas with her first point of the conference, and Coach De Brito has seen enough.
Timeout.
We'll call a timeout.
Spikers.
Solar Spikers down by 5.
Remember, you don't need a pass to receive. We don't need a pass to control the ball. Just keep there. Hey, we know they need CC now from the back. What you do, control the ball inside, back to the line and put ball inside. Isa, where are you? We drop the ball. Cheng come here to take the ball. It's okay. They set here. The only one is there. Pressure on the side.
Let's go, guys! Capital! By point lang.
Well, after a 4-point win in the first set, Jasmine Nabor and the Solar Spikers in a bit of a tough spot. Here's Ea Laure. We mentioned not suited up today. Her first did not play of the conference. Sitting beside Maddie Madea, who hasn't played so far in the AFC.
Serving for the flying Titans.
Can't ask for a
Number
better
18,
start than
Cici
this
Rondina.
if you're Coach Dante Elinsunurin.
Yeah. And again, the difference bringing one player in, no? The difference it made. Villegas just changed the dynamics of the team.
Speaking of,
Jimenez turned back by Tolentino.
Valentino with a block on Isa Jimenez.
7-1.
All fronts working for Chocomucho. That's why the fans are back in this match.
Service.
And
Rondina.
that play after the timeout of Coach De Brito. Doromal with a good pass. Nabor to Jimenez. Easy pickup for Dina Wong. Got Tolentino. Pushes. Adorador picks it up. Nabor back to Isa Jimenez. Tang Ponce.
Good save.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect pass. Villegas. Nabor to the pipe again.
Whoa!
It did go it over. Chance ball for the Solar Spikers. Oh, back-to-back beautiful digs by Tang Ponce. Rondina. Nabor with a dig. Jimenez. One of the most exciting rallies of the game so far.
Great rally.
Oh, and got Tolentino.
Ends up long
8
rally.
points already.
First technical
Everyone
timeout.
contributing for
Chocomucho.
Chocomucho.
One. Solar Spikers.
All-Filipino Conference action live here in San Juan City, Phil Oil Arena. And of course, apart from our Lunar New Year celebrations, you just mentioned it, Eric, the Solar Spikers are celebrating yet another occasion, and that is the birthday of Leila Cruz. After being sidelined due to her appendectomy, Leila is finally playing her first game in the All-Filipino Conference. So far, she is proud of her team after seeing their improvements and is coming into this game with mixed emotions of nerves and excitement as she finally joins their on-court action. And when it comes to expectations, Leila wants to step up from her reinforced conference stint, and her only birthday wish is for them to walk home with a win today. Because of her set point attack, they're one set closer, but they have to get that same first set momentum back. Eric and Noreen.
All right, thanks very much, Jules. Right now, they have no momentum whatsoever, these Solar Spikers. They haven't scored an attack point. That 1 point they have on the board is off a service fault by Dina Wong. And Coach De Brito is now looking a little confused, even with the rotation, as nothing has been working for the Solar Spikers after winning by 4 points in the opening set.
Yeah, you know, Eric, the biggest change really is Chocomucho decided that, hey, this is how we're going to counter good defense. We got to get everybody part of the equation, right? Everybody gets a touch. So that's why the defense is now scrambling for Capital One.
Got Tolentino now with a conference high, 9 points. And she makes it a 9-point lead for the Flying Titans.
Yeah, Capital One, you have to make some changes. You did by bringing Iris Tolenada, but somebody has to be more vocal in terms of trying to lead the squad.
Tolenada reverses Leila Cruz, also in the game off the bench. Cheng rolls it over. 2 players collide for the Solar Spikers. Cruz with a hit. Ponce back up to Cheng. And Des Cheng gets a block touch.
11.
Wow.
Wow, exactly. Wow.
5 points for Cheng. This is a 10-point lead. First double-digit lead for either team.
Yeah, and look at that slow-mo. Because of great setting right now by Dina Wong, even if there were 2 blockers, they couldn't close because they were actually out of position.
April Tapia checking in for Adorador. Tapia rejected. Wow. I mean,
Tolentino to Tapia.
Flying Titans are soaring right
yeah.
now. They can do no wrong. And Coach Rubito burns his final timeout.
But the guys are two guys here. You trust her. Huh? There are two guys here, one here, and then you play. I know she's a surprise. She's here to control the receive. She's here to control receive. So don't need to be three guys. She'll control. Where are you? Hey, hey. Spike high. Drop. Be smart. Huh?
Kapit lang. Kapital! Sagot tayo. Sagot tayo. Next one.
Roma Doromal, Bella Belen, and the Solar Spikers, after winning the first set at 25-21, they have been absolutely shut down in set number 2.
Well, they have to realize, of course, all the teams right now, we have 10 teams, right? All these teams have been revamped and a lot of changes. So you expect all the teams to come out fighting even though they lost the first set. You need to come back. Remember how you won the first set.
That's an ace.
And a service ace to boot. That's like cherry on the icing. Cici Rondina with 6 points. It's a 12-point lead for the Flying Titans.
You know, Choco Mucho right now relentless. And you can really sense the confidence is in an all-time high.
Underhand pass. It's a good one. And finally, that is the first attack point for the Solar Spikers.
Well, it's been a while, Eric, but you build from here. You know, if you're Capital One, you get a kill. Now let's get some stops. Let's make our own run, make a run.
That's got to be a relief
Yeah,
for Coach
for
DeBrito.
sure, for sure. It's like after winning the first set, what is going
Yes.
on?
That is the first point, by the way, of Leila Cruz in the conference. This one sent outside, no block touch. So back-to-back points for the Solar Spikers. It isn't an attack point, but beggars can't be choosers right now.
It is back-to-back points. That's what's important. And then you build on the third and the fourth. Good serve.
Yeah, really good serve. Off-system play. And another easy point given up off an error by Des Cheng. So that's 3 in a row scored by the Solar Spikers.
Yeah, if you're Des Cheng, you've been successful, you know, with all your attacks so far. It's not a time for you to change it. You hit it high, trying to go for the line, then you missed it.
Villegas blocked. And how about this? 4 in a row now, scored by the Solar Spikers. Leila Cruz picking up her second straight point. This one off a block, or either her or Madrigal.
That's how you build a run. Start from 1. Now, you did mention, Eric, it is at 4.
Bad pass by Tang Ponce, a rare thing. Cheng rolls it over, easy pickup for Tolenada, but it is Jorvina who sets it up, and that run is over. Bella Belen has cooled down here in set number 2.
Yeah, pretty uncharacteristic error. A bit of a lot of thoughts going into her mind. You know, she is human after all, but she's got to brush it off. She's got to shake it off.
Yep. She hasn't scored here in set number 2. Service fault by Villegas, the 19th overall pick last year. So she's another rookie.
Well, some good news for Choco Mucho at this point. You can afford, actually can afford a bit of those errors, but we really don't want to see a lot of service errors.
Cheng. That one picked up by Tapia. Belen. Tan Ponce, big goes over. Excellent tenacity on defense by both teams. Belen again. Tan Ponce with another dig. Easy over. Iris to Bella. And Bella Belen puts an exclamation point on that little rally.
7-14.
Well, she hasn't scored 71 points in 3 games for nothing. You know, she was checked, had a bit of struggles, but then just changing direction, just using the blockers as hand to her advantage.
7-point game. Valentino. Dug by Tapia. Belen. Oh, they're going to Bella almost exclusively now. Back-to-back points for Belen.
Well, are you surprised, Eric? I mean, you know they're going to keep going to Bella Belen given the opportunity. And again, look at that. just going through the blockers.
9 points now for Belen.
The norm is what, 20 plus, no?
Yeah, at least.
At least.
Valentino looking for point number 11. Belen pushes. Wong with a dig. Cheng. Tapia has been defending very well in the back row. Belen drop shot. Valentino. Leila Cruz pops it up. Cruz pushes.
Scrappy plays here from both teams.
Valentino. And
Tienza with a quick reaction.
that one scored by Jaya Tienza.
They're going to challenge this. We saw the
And
entire
there's a
Capital
challenge on the floor by Capital
starting,
One for reaching
the ones
beyond
on the
net.
floor already complaining.
Challenge is reaching beyond the net. Capital
And
One.
you mentioned, Lorene, earlier that this is one of the trickiest challenges because
Yeah.
you put a finger beyond and you touch the ball, you're automatically, used to be, that wasn't such a strict, hard and fast rule, but now it is.
Yeah, for me, there's always a gray area. See? No.
Yeah, it's not.
She was patient, and that should be good for Atienza because she also wants to join the bandwagon of Chocomucho.
Scores.
So legit move for Jaya Tienza, scoring her first point today.
Kat Tolentino serving.
Look at that, 10 points for Tolentino.
First game in double digits in the conference for Kat Tolentino. Bela Belen rejected. Doromal will go to Leila Cruz. Down the line, Tang Ponce. Rodina into the net.
Cross.
Well,
9.
they haven't been going a lot to Rondina here towards the middle part of the second set, so you want to maybe change that. You have to get her in the game.
Only 2 points, Omega 3 points here in the second set for CC. The load of the offense coming from Kat Tolentino. She's scored 6 over 10 here in the second. Leila Cruz serving at outside. And second technical timeout. It's a 7-point lead for the Flying Titans. The 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference is in full swing. Watch it on Pilipinas Live. Anytime, anywhere. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Mindy and Milka Romero of Capital One. They are the daughters of Mikey Romero. Yeah. Mandy and Milka Romero. They are the managers of this team.
Managers slash owners.
Yep.
Team captain is Cheng, serving for the Flying Titans.
Right now, it's a 7-point game. Tolenada picking up the option. Here comes CC. Much better floor defense by the Solar Spikers in the second half of this second set. CC.
Oh!
Another excellent dig by Doromal this time. Tapia from the back row into the net.
Well, what you like is she went for it. It wasn't an easy ball. It was actually far from the attack line, but yeah, I mean, jitters also for Tapia.
Biggest lead for Dina Wong and the Flying Titans was 12 points. They're working on bringing it back again.
Well, good pass.
Yeah, Tapia has been excellent. Meantime, Pauline Gaston with point number 2.
Through the block, Gaston.
You know, again, Pauline Gaston, we always mention, not the tallest of middle blockers, but she really uses her quickness. That slide has been a go-to.
Game captain, Bella Belen.
Well, Bella Belen, the serve, they're down 7. Can they make a run? They made it 4 early on.
Rondina. Iris goes to the pipe. Oh, and Bella Belen fires one through, and you don't get it through Tang Ponce a lot, but if one of those players who can do it is Bella Belen. She's got 10 already.
Tang Ponce has been just stellar today,
Yeah.
but yeah, Bella Belen knows we're down and we need to come back. If I need to go through you, I will.
Great receive by Des Cheng.
Oh!
This one's not coming back. Jaya Tienza
Atienza.
will score. That's going to be her second point.
Yeah,
18.
again, great step there by Chocomucho and Dina Wong, but you have to admire really the persistence of Capital One.
I mean, take a look at that. One former libero, and then Corvina going for it. Atienza. Great pass by Belen, running attack by Gaston, picked up. And here comes Rondina.
Oh!
And nails that one in.
Cross-court kill.
Well, she wanted that. That's one of the stronger hits of CC Rondina today.
Her offense starting to pick up. CC Rondina. 4 of her 7 coming here in set number 2.
Well, yeah, you know, if you're a Chocomucho fan, you have to be happy the way they're responding. Capital One trying to make a run, but they're just stopping it.
Meantime,
Tapia
first
finds the
attack
spot.
for April Tapia after scoring an ace in the first set.
Well, making up for that previous error, hitting air from the back row.
It's not over yet. If you're the Solar Spikers, this is only a 7-point game.
Only a 7-point game.
I mean, considering they were staring at a 12-point deficit earlier.
Yeah, for the fans, right? Glass half full.
Wong. Good block up top by Madrigal. Belen from the pipe. And here we go, ladies and
Belen
gentlemen.
through the block.
It is just a 6-point game.
Bella Belen really playing like she's not a rookie. I mean, the way she has embraced her role as the first option.
I think it was Maddie Madayag who said to the media, yung bola ni Belen malikot. 11 points now for Belen. Villegas gets the side out.
Villegas.
Oh, that's a
20,
great way to counter it. You change things up by running the middles. Look at that, just one blocker, Tapia.
Dina Wong.
Villegas with her second point today. Short pass from Tapia. Tapia gets it back from Doromal. A drop attempt, easy pickup for Dina Wong. This one too close to the net. Rondina is blocked. Got Tolentino on the other side. Fires it in.
Through the block.
That's how you
1,
spread
13.
your opponents as blockers, right? You go wing, forward, backward. You spread the blockers. And Tolentino's been having a great game today.
11 points for Tolentino. 7 here in set number 2. Shaya returns after scoring 2 points in the first set.
Wong.
Great pass by Shaya. Another pipe attack. That one dug by Dina Wong. She's been defending so well.
Yeah.
Cruz. Adorador backs up for it and rolls it in. What a point for Shaya off the bench.
That's experience for you. Shaya Dorador knows exactly what to do. You know, I mean, it's not the best of sets, but I'm gonna make do.
7-point game. Adorador with 3.
Iris Colanada. Serving for the Solar Spikers.
Veteran setter, Iris Colinada. CC, yes.
Rondina wipes it.
Challenging
off
the
block.
tallest blockers of Capital One, Ezra Madigal and Leila Cruz.
Points are coming in swiftly for CC Rondina here in set number 2. She's got 8 already. 7 attacks, 1 ace.
And she's playing it smart. That slow-mo is a perfect example that, you know, looking one way, hitting the other way.
Cruz. Another great dig from Dina Wong. Tolentino, drop shot attempt. Cruz. What a dig. What a dig for Bella Belen.
Cruz turns
Uh, A for effort, though, you know. I mean, she's just flying inside the court. Bella Belen.
Substitution. Capital 1. 22 out, 21.
Meantime, De La Cruz will sub out. In is Isa Jimenez, and the crowd going wild behind us as the Flying Titans 2 points away from equalizing in this matchup.
Well, I thought there was a substitution.
I was actually looking for it.
For the Solar Spikers.
Second service fault for CC Rondina.
Shaya Dorador. Serving for Capital
Well, it
1.
is a tough hill to climb for Capital One. But we always say, right? To go to the next round, if you end up losing this, at least you make your opponents work for the points. You don't just give it.
Corvina pops it up. Belen running attack. It's not coming back. Bella
Off the
Belen
block.
with
Belen.
12. And
16.
the ways she's hitting these shots, you don't normally see. I mean, that should have been just an easy pickup for the defense, but you don't expect a hit like that from Bella Belen.
Yeah. Well, she's getting better and better.
Yeah.
But if you look at that slow-mo, Tolentino took something out of that block, and you maybe want to change the way you do it.
Valentino.
Meantime, Kat Tolentino continues to
Block is
swing
out.
away. 12 points for Kat, and it's 8 set points
But there's a challenge
for the
on
Flying
ball
Titans.
by
Although,
the Solar Spikers.
With that ball in, ball out.
yep.
Yeah.
Challenge.
There's a challenge.
Ball out.
Point
Capital
has been
1.
awarded to the Flying Titans. It can be wiped off depending on the result of the challenge.
That's out.
Ball is out.
Clearly, well, Flying Titans have set points.
Substitution.
What a change of tides
14
here.
out. 4. Mendrez in.
All right, a few substitutions. The coach Dante Elinsunurin, who must be
And Mendrez
extremely
serving
satisfied
for the
with the
set.
work of the Flying Titans here in set number 2.
Good serve.
Isa Jimenez off the block.
Block is out. 18.
Yeah, they save one set point.
Another 17.
They have a lot to challenge, but at least, again, they're going to make, if you're Capital One, you're going to make Chocomucha work for that set point.
All right, so one set point saved. Bad pass. Off system play. Cheng bounces it off the block. That one picked up by Jimenez. Here comes Belen. Second consecutive
Belen hits
set
the
point
spot.
saved.
18.
She's not done yet.
13 points for Bella Belen.
Well, what you love really is you look at the sets. They're not all the same. There's some far from the net, some near the net. Bella Bella just gives the effort
She adjusts.
110%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the set may be. Cheng. And this one outside.
Cheng.
No,
corner
it's on the
pocket.
line. Beg your pardon. So Des Cheng with her
Flying Titans
7th
take the
point
second
today
set.
puts the
25,
finishing touch to
18.
this masterpiece of a second set for the Flying Titans.
Yeah, it has been a total team effort. Oh, there's a challenge? No.
No, they won't. So we're tied, one set apiece. Flying Titans win set number 2, 25-18. Welcome back to San Juan.
Well, this is the PVL, the heart of volleyball, all Filipino conference. This is Choco Mucho versus Solar Spikers. Two teams with identical slates at this point. 1 win, 2 losses, trying to change their direction here in the single round robin in the first round. And, first set, Eric, was all Capital One. Defense was working. Bella Belen is a constant. Second set, Choco Mucho just changed things.
Yep.
They got everyone more touches. It became a team effort. And that spelled a huge difference because everyone's confidence it's like they're lifting everybody by great setting of Dina Wong. Yeah, look at the numbers with what they did. Really, the blockers were scrambling to find a way to close. Look at the numbers, 70 to 11 terms of attacks. That's huge. Capital One, the way they played the first set, you wouldn't think that they'll only score 11 points. They didn't block aces as well. So in all fronts, Choco Mucho just had a better set. That's why we are tied at 1 set apiece. Now the biggest question here in the third set, which team is going to show up? The one in the first set or the one in the second set?
How exciting will it be if both teams show up?
Yeah. Well, we might be in for a best of 10 sets today.
Leading scorers, both in double digits. The only players in double digits for their respective teams. Kat Tolentino, her first.
Yeah, Kat Tolentino actually played so well with 12 points. Her and Bella Belen. You would think it's a Bella Belen CC Rondina showdown, but CC Rondina was checked in the first set, and Kat Tolentino just showed up. It just goes to show it really is a team effort. It can't be just one player. But Bella Belen is proving otherwise. But for Choco Mucho, I think the strength really is in numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
With each team winning 1 set.
All right, so starting lineup
This third
is
set
the same for Coach Dante Alensunurin as the second set. Meantime, Coach De Brito not tinkering with the starting lineup yet. It's the same one he's had over the last 2 sets. Full front line for Jasmine Nabor and the Flying Titans as she gets us going here in set number 3. Kat Tolentino. That one dug again by Bella Belen. Not a surprise how well she's defending today. Tolentino sets it up for Rondina. That one popped up by Jorvina. Bella Belen just able to get it over the net. Villegas is blocked. This is right in the middle, and Madrigal swipes it away.
That's just smart. She saw that the defense of Choco Mucho scrambling. Nobody in zone 2, so I'll just put it there.
Off of Madrigal, that is her 5th point today. And for Madrigal, she has blocks. She's got attacks. Cross-court hit by Rondina. Another pipe attack by Belen, dug by Ponce. Rondina. Nabor goes to the middle. Madrigal is turned away.
Madrigal, well read.
Oh, Villegas has earned her starting spot there. Great read. Solid solo block.
Dina Wong.
Normal with a bad pass. Easy over for the Solar Spikers. Tolentino. That's gone. Kat Tolentino now with 13.
Kat Tolentino leading Choco Mucho here. And it's a slow grind for her, but when she got, when she warmed up, she's been scoring.
For those of you just joining us, no Ayalare for the Flying Titans today due to an undisclosed injury. But according to Coach Dante Alensunurin, she'll be back next game. Isa Jimenez with a hit. Ponce with the first touch. Villegas with another hit. And Jen Villegas scores again. She's got 4.
Well, the Ramal tried to keep that ball.
Villegas with another hit. And Jen Villegas scores again. She's got 4.
Well, the Ramal tried to keep that ball in play, but it's like the reaction time. They wanted to keep that ball alive, but
Service.
well, Choco Mucho again, a good start here in the third set.
Good pass by Adorador. Shaya gets it back. And scores. Shaya with her 4th point.
Serving 3.
You know, Shaya Adorador for me, underrated defender.
Yeah.
She's a
Rodina. 37% reception or digging efficiency, and then 42% in passing. Rodina. Belen is in front. And the hit off the block goes outside. Belen with 14. Clearly on her way to another 20-point performance, without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think, you know, the numbers are just MVP numbers for Bella Belen.
I agree.
It's not just offense, it's even her digging.
Could it be another rookie MVP performance?
Well, we wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. She did it in college, and she might do it again in the pros. That one mistimed between Wong and Villegas. So first lead for the Solar Spikers since set number 1. 4-3.
Service.
Again, both teams with the same standings, 1 and 2. So we expect this to be a long match.
And same road to their 4th game. Both lost their last 2 games. Rondina now with 9 points. Take a look at our spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Yeah, great set by Dino Wong. Look at that. The middle was slow to close.
+1 for the Solar Spikers.
So that's 5-4 for Madrigal and the Solar Spikers.
Well, at this point,
Ezra
you know,
Madrigal.
both teams just feeling each other out.
Number 1.
Dina Wong chases it down. Cheng, dug by Adorador. Jimenez off speed. That dig goes over for Kat Tolentino. Chance ball here. Jimenez. Des Cheng blocked. Now Ponce will set it up for Kat Tolentino.
Wow!
Valentino.
Wow, Kat Tolentino with 14.
Yeah, that bump set
Down
by
the
Ponce
line.
out of system play, but you saw the approach of Kat Tolentino. Full swing, full hit.
Looks like she's back to that old Blue Eagle form as Kat Tolentino ties the game at 5. Gaston with a hit, dug by Rondina. Cheng. Normal pops it up. Belen blocked. Belen again.
Wow!
And Bella
On the angle.
with a cross-court hit. She's got 15 points.
She added pace in that hit. You know, after she was blocked, she made it fast. Look at this cross-court whip. It's a whip.
Isa Jimenez serving.
Solar Spikers back up by 1. Tolentino. What a dig. Battle at the net. Won by the Flying Titans. Belen punches this one through.
Belen off the block.
She is punishing the blockers of Choco Mucho. You have to establish your hands really against a player like Bella Belen. You have to close that pathway.
16 points already for Bella Belen. The only player in double digits for the Solar Spikers. Short pass from Rondina. Des Cheng. Running attack. Gaston will send us to our first technical timeout. This is a good first half to the 3rd set by the Solar Spikers. They're up by 3 against the Flying Titans.
First technical timeout. Capital 1-8. Choco Mucho 5.
Welcome back. You're watching the PBL All Filipino Conference live here in San San Juan City Phil Oil Arena. After losing that first set, the Chocomucho Flying Titans seemed to turn things around in a flash. They even got a big score gap against the Capital One Solar Spikers, and contributing to that big score gap is none other than Kat Tolentino, who stepped up in place of her sideline teammates. Knowing what's at stake, Kat and the rest of the Flying Titans worked with their coaches on the systems and most importantly the approach that they needed to refine, especially when it comes to their out-of-system plays. It seems that this very factor is what got the Flying Titans to win that last set. All they need to do now is keep executing with more poise, patience, and intention. It's anyone's game, and let's see if they continue this momentum in the set. Eric and Noreen.
Thank you, Jules. Right now, Kat Tolentino is in a certain kind of zone. 15 points already. Anything she touches turns into a point.
Well, it's really good to see a healthy Kat Tolentino play.
9-6.
She's suffered through knee injuries and then some sort of vertigo as well, a problem with her ear a few years back. So it's really good. Nice that you pointed out to see her healthy and in top form.
It's been a tough journey.
Yep. Great receive by CC Rondina. Des Cheng fires it outside.
Outside shot, Cheng.
Well, Flying Titans signaling for a check ball. Took a while for Coach Alin Sinurin, but they finally agreed to the challenge. So let's take a look.
Well, Pauline Gaston is shaking her head, saying, didn't get any tips.
Beautiful shot of the venue today. While we have this time, hi to our good friend Nell from Batangas watching, along with so many others on a holiday Tuesday. All right.
Yeah, no block touch. Her fingers were straight.
All right. Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Dante Alin Sinurin. He only has one challenge remaining. Lead is up to 4 now for the Flying Titans. Biggest lead. Third set.
Whoa.
Service ace for Bella Belen. That's her first ace of the game.
Doing it in all parts of the game.
Belen with 17, and that shot forces Coach Alin Sinurin to call a timeout.
Halos lahat sila nandito, pwede mag-short ha. Pwede mag-short, pero huwag yung magka-target kay Bella. Then, guys, yung malayo. Yan mo lang, pasok mo lang. Masyadong malayo kasi. Huwag ibaba mo ng konti yung palo mo. Pag yung malapit dito, okay lang yung ginagawa mo. Kahit pa-hours, ha? Let's go.
Okay. Basta ka mo, Cho. Let's go.
One more timeout remaining for Coach Dante Alin Sinurin. What have you so far noticed about this third set for Tang Ponce and the Flying Titans?
No, I think it's more Capital One.
Okay.
Really. I mean, it's a good timeout because, you know, both teams want the victory. We saw in the first 2 sets as they split it, right? So, capacity-wise is there for both these teams, but right now, Capital One is just outplaying Chocomucho. Look at that, 2 service aces for Bella Belen and Eric against Tang Ponce.
That's right.
Yeah.
One of the better passers, if not one of the best passers of the conference. 18 points now for Bella Belen. Going to be an off-system play. Good save.
Yeah.
But on the first touch, Des
spot.
Cheng puts it away with her 8th point today. So a good stop if you're the Flying Titans.
Yeah. And you can also sense for Chocomucho, their energy has dipped. We saw a change, a surge in set number 2. Here in set number 3, it's like, here we go again.
Service out for Des Cheng.
Ball is
So
out.
after she
13-7.
scores, she brings back biggest deficit against the Flying Titans. Right now, the Solar Spikers back up by 7.
Pauline Gaston.
Check that, 6
Serving
points.
for the Solar Spikers.
Down the line serve, Cheng with a pass. Rondina is in front. And she misses the mark.
Ball is out. 14.
Boy, errors really plaguing Chocomucho at this point. And Capital One is just playing steady here in set number 3.
It's been nothing special, actually,
Yes.
for the Solar Spikers.
Just 2 service aces. Nothing special.
Lead is now 7 for the Solar Spikers. Jaya Tienza. He's 2.
Well, they have to realize of the Solar Spikers, but even so, you want to check your errors.
Jaya Tienza.
Atienza with a couple of points. She had 8 in the last game. Here's another error for the Flying Titans.
Well, Jaya Tienza has just joined Chocomucho this conference, so trying to blend in.
For the Solar
Still,
Spikers.
but we always say, if you're new, it's a work in progress.
Villegas punches it through and scores again. What a game for Jen Villegas. 5 points.
Villegas.
And again,
9.
quick look at the roster of the Flying Titans who have not seen action either this game or all 3 games past. Adorador.
Good dig.
Ponce will set it to Rondina. And Cici
Rondina
now in double
for a
digits
score
with
shot.
10.
Yeah, slowly getting her game.
10, 15.
And again, a great set. Look at that. Pretty soft block there for Capital One.
Normal goes to Jimenez. Wong back to Cici and coverage by Tang Ponce. Tolentino rolls it over. Normal to Shaya. Tang Ponce chases it down. Nice pass to Kat Tolentino, who scores again.
Off the
Yeah, she
handoff.
breaks the block there.
Yes. 11 to 15. Timeout.
16 points now for Kat Tolentino. That is a conference high. And Capital One Solar Spikers lead down to 4.
Look, it's the same play, but we're gonna shift. So opposite as opposite, open as open, okay? Right now they are going with the MB. Our MB is going together. So it's your decision. If you put them here, gonna be single block there. If you put them a B, it's single block here. Now it's your own position. Go strong, cross a strong line, okay?
Nico Halili, sports content head of Signal TV, and Rhea Navarro of Sports Vision. Well, high five between them. Enjoying the action of first game today.
At the service
And what
zone
a
for the Flying
treat it
Titans
is
setter
for
number 3,
everyone,
Nina
the way
Wong.
this game is going.
We are packed to the brim.
1 set each. And it's anybody's third set right now, although Solar Spikers are up by 4. Make that up by 5 points.
Adorador
Shaya
off the block.
Adorador knocks it in for her 5th point today. We'll take another break. More action when we come back.
Second technical timeout. 16, Capital One. 11, Chocomucho.
Solar Spikers led by as many as 7 points. Right now they're up only by 5. Bella Belen, 18 points already. En route, without a doubt, to another 20-point performance.
And
Meanwhile,
the
Kat
second
Tolentino with a
technical timeout.
season, or make that conference high 16
Serving for
points.
Capital One.
Her first game in double digits.
Shaya Dorador.
Adorador with 5 points.
You know what's important for Chocomucho? You're down here. You have to remember how you won set number 2. It was a team effort. It can't be just Kat Tolentino.
Yep. Good save by the Solar Spikers. Drop attempt by Cici Rondina. Belen Oh, what a turnaround that is. From defense to offense for the Solar Spikers.
17 to 11.
She's just ready, you know? She twists her body, same result.
And the Romero sisters cheering their team on. The sun is shining today for the Solar Spikers, set number 3.
Service.
They're probably saying,
Adorador.
there's our first round draft pick. First pick overall.
Good serve. Got Tolentino. And this dig will not come back. But again, you love the effort. Bella Belen,
Tolentino off the hand
not
of
just playing
Adorador.
offense, playing defense as well for the Solar Spikers.
She's really just going for
Yeah.
every
12 to
ball.
17.
She is the all-around package.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about. You know, that's what we mean when we say leading by
Sisi
example.
Rondina.
Because of the
Serving for the
effort.
Flying Titans.
The other teammates are like, okay, she's sacrificing herself.
Rondina serves
Ball
it
is out.
outside. That's her 4th service fault of the game. Oh, they're going to challenge.
And there's a challenge on the floor by
This is the
Chocomucho.
final challenge
Ball in, ball
for the
out.
Flying Titans.
Challenge, ball
If they
in,
lose.
Ball out. Chocomucho.
It is a crucial challenge. But Sisi Rondina was certain. She was on a look Coach Dante straight in the eye. It's
And
good.
again, how many players have we seen who were so certain
Yeah.
and then, like what you mentioned, come up short? And CC will come up short. Or, in this case,
Ball
long
is cleared out.
Yeah. Come up long.
And the
by a
Flying
few
Titans
inches. That wasn't even close.
have run out of challenges.
So no more challenges remaining for the Flying Titans.
Ezra Madrigal
Well,
serving.
of course, for Chocomucho, you're hoping that's not going to be an issue down the stretch.
What a block, Bella Belen! And she has
Valentino
the entire
denied by Belen.
package today. She's got attacks, blocks, and aces. Now, first block for Belen. She's got 20.
Yeah. And it's against the person who is actually countering her today. You know, it's a matchup.
Bella Belen saving it. Battle at the net. Belen rising. What a save by Shaya Adorador. Shaya hitting from the back row. Rondina pops it up. Des Cheng. One-handed dig for Madrigal. Adorador again. This one is
Belen
Belen saving
yeah.
it. Battle at the
Long.
net.
Adorador.
But what an effort
Belen
there
rising.
by Capital One. Staying in that
What a
rally.
save by Shaya Adorador.
defense we saw in the
Shaya
first set
hitting from
that
the
they
back
didn't
row.
have in set number 2.
Yeah.
Dina pops
Yeah.
it up.
Which is why they got blown
Des
out
Cheng.
right from the start.
One-handed dig for Madrigal.
It's a battle
Adorador
actually.
again. This one is
Oh,
Belen
it's
saving.
pretty clear today.
For the Flying Titans.
Nice combination play. Bella Belen on the
Belen
tail end of that.
sees
She's
the
got
hole.
21 already.
20, 13.
But you see how Shaya Adorador complements Bella Belen. You know, in terms of defense, it's not just Bella Belen. In terms of setting it to somebody from the back row, Shaya's there. So, you know, that's why she is starting for Capital One.
And the variety of offense that Bella Belen has put on display
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Iris
Yeah.
Tolenada.
It's a clinic for all the other players. Des Cheng blocked. Cheng again. And this one gets away from Shaya Adorador. Des Cheng will
Cheng
score her
off the hand
9th of the game.
Adorador.
Yeah, much
14,
needed, you know,
20.
because it has been pretty much Catalentino
10 out.
carrying the offensive load.
Out.
Again, in set number 2, it was a team effort.
Comfortable lead
Alina
against
Picar
Alina
serving
Picar and
for
the Flying Titans.
Titans.
Up by 6. Gaston makes it a
Gaston
7-point
off the
lead
hand of Atienza.
for the Solar Spikers.
21,
Boy,
14.
again, using her quickness there. That's a great set by Tolenada.
Game captain, Bella Belen.
Belen with a couple of aces.
Serving.
18 attacks, 1 block.
Good serve.
Manabat is rejected. Atienza is a back row player.
Illegal back row attack. Hold on the Flying Titans.
Yes, she is, I believe. So, violation against the Flying
Service.
Titans.
Belen.
I think because Ponce used the overhead to keep that ball alive.
And then Atienza hit it above her
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah.
Manabat. Adorador. Good defense by Elina Bicar. Des Cheng. And Des Cheng now in double digits with 10 points.
Off the hand of Adorador.
Well, for Choco Mucho, slowly but surely, you want to try to get in this third set because it is a 7-point advantage for Capital One.
How about Des Cheng stepping in without A. Laura in the lineup? Her first double-digit game of the conference. Prior to today, she's only scored 1 point through 3 games. Manabat, drop shot. Leila Cruz comes up short.
Far to reach for Leila.
Yeah, was pretty tentative with that approach and kind of let gravity do its thing.
2-point run. Flying Titans, but they still have a long way to go.
Service. Chang.
And that serve will not help.
That sails out.
You know, they're very inconsistent with their services. So that has been giving a couple of free points to Capital One, and sometimes
The
that's
offense
all
of
Capital Mucho, then you let Bella Belen do her thing,
Service
right?
fault.
For Choco Mucho, again, it's a team effort. We saw it. When everyone was given sets, they were successful in set number 2. In set number 3, their
That's
energy
basically
dipped
the
a bit.
lead
Let's look at the numbers.
of the
In terms of attack, it
Solar
was
Spikers.
Choco Mucho,
Back
but
in the game.
look at the errors of
Tapia.
Choco Mucho. I think that's the main category you want to dwell on. Is the 10 errors, what, 7? 6, 7 came from the service area. And that's 7 points right there for you. That's pretty much the set for you. So they did themselves in. So
Push by
you need to
Atienza.
correct that and try to
Cruz.
rediscover how you won set number 2, how you enjoyed it, how you relied on your teammates to come out with that second set win, because
using his bench to
Capital One
close
is
it
showing
out,
and
and
proving that they are no
the bench
pushover
has been
today. You
performing.
have to work hard if you want to force
This is
a
eight.
5th set.
21 points for Bella Belen. Tapia and the Solar Spikers. Valentino leading the way for the Flying Titans with 17, but there are 2 other players in double digits for the Flying Titans. 11 for CC Rondina and Des Cheng with 10. So a more concerted effort team-wise for the Flying Titans compared to the Solar Spikers, but right now obviously that doesn't matter.
You know
What matters is
fighting
who will deliver here in this third set, and if the Flying Titans close it out, they will win in 4. Meanwhile, if the Solar Spikers win this set, they'll win in 4, while the Flying Titans need to win this to extend this game to a 5th.
Yeah, I like the fact that Coach Lante is tapping Pecanya. Because remember, for so long, Choco Mucho has boasted of a very formidable middle, right? The middle blockers. But today, he's using a pretty small duo in Atienza and Belega. So I like that, you know, you change things up, you bring in Pecanya. Show some presence in the middle.
3 points. Ang Ponce with a dig off the Adorador hit. Tolentino. Normal sets it up.
The middle blockers. But
Call a timeout for Bella Belen. Tolentino again. Normal to Adorador. And a block to start things off for the Flying Titans here in set 4.
Yeah, that's a good start because they need the middle to join in.
Well, Villegas with her best game yet. 6 points. Top Ponce with a superb dig. Drop shot has that one dug, and my Adorador easy over. Got 21 points for the Solar Spikers. Her team. Villegas again. This one popped up by Bella Belen. Adorador hitting. Set number 3. Tang Ponce.
They work hard
The dig.
for the
Pass goes
speed,
over.
and they've established a good
Belen
enough
from the
lead
back
to
row,
actually
and
look
she misses.
for set number 4 and
Ball
try to
is
close it out.
2.
Everyone is holding their breath
Flying
there
Titans have scored
with
2 in a
that
row. They
pipe
saved
attack
2
from
straight
Bella Belen.
set points. De La Cruz. We heard her name in the huddle. We need you, says Coach Sabrito, and she played 11 sets prior to today.
Great comeback for Capital One after losing set
Of
number
only
2.
one win to show for it. In her first game back, that pass from the last 3 games. Easy over for Jimenez and delivers the killer blow in set number 3. Solar Spikers win the third set. Got it. First point for the Solar Spikers here in set 4.
Solar Spikers get their first point.
Again, the contributions of Shaya Dorador. Notable.
6 points for Shaya.
Shaya Dorador serving for Capital One.
Perfect pass for Tang Ponce. And Cici takes advantage of it.
Cross-court shot.
Pretty textbook volleyball there for Choco Mucho. Dina Wong with a great shoot set for the dash. Blockers also close. You know, if Dina Wong can do that, if the blockers of Capital One slow to close, that's where CC is most effective.
Cici Rondina back-to-back points. That is her second ace today.
Well, if you're CC Rondina, you want to take over. You need to take over.
This is their biggest lead at 3 points. Flying tight. Hughes, third set for the Solar Spikers. Off the block and outside. Belen now with 22. Ensures that they are up.
Head counting.
2 sets, 2 ones. Not yet over. For sure.
Their last game, they scored 29
We
points.
can see that
28.
for
Capital
28.
One, very clear strength.
And that was her best game
defend
yet.
well. When you defend well, you constrain the offense of Choco Mucho, then you let Bella Belen do her thing, right? For Choco Mucho,
Adorador
again,
with a dig.
it's a
Nabor
team
goes
effort.
to Belen.
We saw it. When everyone was
underhand
given
pass for
sets,
Bella.
they were successful in
Cheng.
set number 2. In set number 3,
And Adorador struggling in the back row today. We talked about how good she's been defending over the first
look at the
3
errors
sets.
of Choco Mucho. I think that's the main
They have been
category you
targeting
want
her.
to
And you know, that's the
dwell
way
on.
sometimes to
Is the
counter
10
somebody's playing well.
errors,
You
what,
try
7,
to
6,
give
7
them
came from the
confidence to
service
shoot.
area.
When they start
And,
committing errors,
that's
like,
7
okay.
points right there for you. That's the
Nabor
pretty much the set
to
for
Belen
you.
with a drop.
So
And
they
she
did
scores.
themselves.
Belen with 23.
You need to correct that.
Any
And
which
try to
way,
rediscover
right?
how
Bella
you
Belen,
want set
just
number
so
2,
creative.
How you enjoy it, how you rely on your teammates to come out with that second set win because Capital One is showing
And the way she really disguises her
work if you want to force a good set.
21 points for Bella Belen. Goes down the line and hits it all for the Flying Titans
block
with 17. But there are 2 other players
Flying
in double digits for the Flying Titans.
Well, that's a
11
good sign
points
for Choco Mucho if you can get
Des
Best Cheng.
with 10.
Now, you did say
So
that's her
a
best games yet.
More concerted effort.
You can get her playing at that level.
Given to the Solar Spikers. 12 points today for Des Cheng.
That doesn't matter.
Running attack for Gaston, who will deliver here in again with another dig.
Oh, what a
Dorador much better. Popping it up. Isa Jimenez cross court. And that dig going over for Tolentino. Chance to score here. Bella Belen rising. Des Cheng with a dig.
Yeah, I like the fact that Coach Rante is tapping.
Good save.
Nabor hits.
Whoa.
One-handed dig for
so long,
Tolentino,
Choco Mucho has
who is
boasted of
cramping
a
up.
Very formidable middle, right? The middle blockers.
Isa Jimenez with a hit.
He's using a
Tolentino
small
I think
can't get a lift
duo
anymore.
in Atienza.
Tolentino
So
popping
I
it
like
up,
that
and
really
Tolentino is
shows
down.
that
She's
he's
cramping.
Show some presence in the middle.
Ponce with a dig off the Adorador hit. Got Tolentino.
Well, I'm
Normal
surprised
sets it up.
Nendick isn't coming.
Yeah, they've got to stretch that out already before it gets any worse. Normal to Adorador.
Just goes to show the effort she's been giving every time she goes up for that.
Well, she was getting already a massage after the third set.
Join in.
So you knew it was bothering her already. And then these back-to-back attacks straight to Tolentino, forcing her to really flex that calf. She won't need a stretcher. She's going to try and walk it off with obvious limp there for Tolentino.
Gonna need a lot of those cold sprays.
Yep, that and fluids. You want her back on the court as soon as possible if you're Coach Dante Alinsunurin. She is your top scorer today at 17 points. Pass goes over.
That's a big blow actually
Yeah.
for Choco Mucho,
Belen
and
from the
they're
back row.
actually
Ahead
misses.
here in set number 4.
Ball is out. A replay
You're
will be
hoping
done. No point
Everyone is
awarded.
holding
the
their breath
trainers
there
can
with that,
get her
five
back to
attack from
100% or at
Belen.
least maybe at 98% in no time because they can't afford her to sit out
Serving.
a lot of this fourth set. Viray in the game for the first time today.
That's a good serve.
Only one win. Belen to show for it. Picks up the block against her. And Jimenez sends it to the net.
Hit the tape. 7.
That was
7-3.
actually a good set.
Got it.
You know,
First
because
point for the Solar
Bella Belen
Spikers
was
here
on
in
it,
set
got
4.
that.
Solar Spikers get their first.
But yeah, I mean, Capital One, you have to be careful with your errors here. You don't want the 5th set.
Exactly. And you want to take advantage of the fact that Flying Titans don't have Tolentino on the floor. And Viray coming up short on that save as Bella Belen now with 24.
Bella Belen is going to try to push her team to win this in 4 sets. You got to mark that. Mark Bella Belen.
She is the only player in double digits for the Solar Spikers.
Textbook volleyball there for Chocomucho. Dina Wong with a great
Great
set. Look at
pass
that.
from Rodina.
Blockers
Des
also
Cheng.
close. You know,
One-handed dig for
Dina
Belen.
Wong can do that. The blockers
Easy over
have
for
to want to
Rodina.
go to close. That's where CC most.
Viray. Corbina with a dig. Adorador has got to step it up. Cheng. Blocked by Gaston. Cheng tries again. And this one is good. Cheng with 13.
Off the hand of Belen.
Well, Des Cheng knows she has to step up. You know,
Timeout.
Catalentino is
8.
down with
Chocomucho.
cramps. Someone's got to step up
4.
and help
Capital
Rodina.
One.
Welcome back to the PVL All-Filipino Conference action here in the Phil Oil Arena. You know, in Shaya Adorador's own words, nandiyan na yung laban at competitive spirit ng Capital One Solar Spikers, and that mentality was very much evident in their stellar performance in that last set. In training, they worked on these factors and more: defense, service, and coverage, and it seems that these are finally translating on court. And although if there's another point of improvement to be made, Shaya says it is their composure. Hopefully, the Solar Spikers prove in this set just how well they can handle tight matches and big score gaps like this. So let's see if they take the win in this set. Eric and Narina.
Team captain.
Thank you, Jules.
Des Cheng.
So far,
Serving
a
for the
season
Flying
low
Titans.
for Shaya Adorador, 6 points. We mentioned at the Open, she scored in double digits all 3 games for the Solar Spikers, but no, check that.
Ball is out.
Ball is sent out by Shaya.
And
There's going to be a challenge,
there's a
though, for Coach
challenge on
Debrito.
the floor by Capital One for a block.
Well, they're saying
touch.
Dina Wong is
Challenge.
got
block
some
touch.
tips.
Capital One.
Well, Dina Wong is not admitting to anything, so
Yeah,
she's gonna make
exactly.
she's gonna make the Solar Spikers go all the way with this challenge.
We're looking
You
for...
wanna
Yeah.
get the point?
Yeah.
Use a challenge. Oh, she may have a point here, Dina Wong. Oh, wait a minute.
Now she comes up with a smile.
There is a block touch. The challenge is successful.
Right, but she wasn't giving anything away.
Yeah.
While we were
No.
looking at her.
No indication whatsoever.
They score and they serve.
So Adorador now with 7 points. It's a
5
3-point
to
game.
8.
Adding drama, adding spice to
Serve.
that challenge.
Short pass. Dina Wong underhands it to Rondina.
Rondina
And the
hits the
defense of
corner.
the Solar Spikers let it go.
9 to 5.
Going over the blockers there.
Cici Rondina with your spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin. Pasalubong ng Bayan. 14 points now for Cici Rondina.
Rain Pecania.
Back to a 4-point cushion, the biggest for the Flying Titans here in set number 4. Viray picks it up. Cici again.
Oh, good dig.
Adorador. Des Cheng with a dig. CC. Adorador defending. Easy over for Bella Belen. Villegas popped up by Jimenez. Chance ball here for the Flying Titans. Block. But that was outside, so Villegas will score her
Block is
7th
out.
of the game.
That's huge.
10,
7 points for
75.
Villegas coming off the bench. Not getting a lot of sets, but you know, every
Capital
time
One,
she
4
gets the
out,
opportunity,
13,
she
Ronquillo
delivers.
in.
And this is her first game. She didn't play in the first 3 games.
Oh, the resting Bella Belen. Another good player in Ronquillo.
Service. Pecani.
Ronquillo also just her 3rd game today. She didn't play in their last game. Adorador. Des Cheng has been defending very well in the back row. And Rondina says there's a block touch. First
Rondina
referee
gets a
Patrick
ball
Castillo
touch.
agrees.
Yeah, I think they're
11,
calling it
serving
off Madrigal.
Solar Spikers.
And a timeout for Coach De Brito as the lead is up to 6 for the Flying Titans.
Look, what I need now is to put her on the A quick. If she don't change, if she don't score, I have to replace. Even blocking good, but you need someone to score inside out. Okay? Good, nice one. It's here, open, 2 back rows. A, sweating. I don't know if it's going now or not. Okay? Just now. Okay?
One more timeout remaining for Coach De Brito. Right now, the Solar Spikers can't seem to find a way to score in bunches. And if you're the Flying Titans, you should be happy. You're building
6
your
points
biggest
up.
lead without
Flying
your top
Titans.
scorer
Yeah.
on the court.
Fourth set.
Catolentino getting
Still
treated for
serving,
cramps.
number 17, Lorraine
Another side of that
Pecani.
thought. You know, if you're Capital One, this is the perfect opportunity to come back.
Ronquillo with a hit. Diray picks it up. Villegas over on the first touch for the Solar Spikers. CC Rondina misses the mark this time.
Ball is out. 6 to 11.
You know, Chogomucho, you have a pretty good lead, but again, you have to learn to take care of that lead.
Jasmine Abor.
On the board has a full front line. Villegas running attack is through. Villegas with 8 points today.
Ball is in. 12
Key.
to 6.
Key contribution
Yep.
for Villegas.
Jen Villegas out of Adamson. Ooh, and Madrigal comes up short.
Eskew on the play. 13 to 6.
How about this?
Capital One, 8 out.
Flying Titans
24.
continue to pull away
Yeah.
without
In.
Catolentino as Cherry Nunag, a former starter in the game for the first time off the bench today.
Yeah, it really just goes to show that in this
Wong.
game, you really have to earn your wins.
Chance ball given up by the Solar Spikers. Here come the Flying Titans. Caitlin Diray, dug by Doromal. Jimenez sends it outside. Ooh,
Ball is out.
the Solar Spikers, Doreen, are
14-6.
falling apart here in set number 4.
I'm curious to see how many errors they have committed. Bella Belen, it seems like she's being treated
Service.
to the sidelines,
Wong.
maybe also cramping up.
Ronquillo with a good pass. There's Cherry
Luna
Nunag with her
scores
first
her
point today.
point.
Yeah, much
7,
needed. You know, there
14.
needs somebody to try to lift the spirit of the team.
Veteran Cherry Nunag
For the Solar Spikers.
coming off a 2-point performance in their last game. There's Bella Belen. Yep, that left leg, probably the calf, cramping up. Rondina off the block.
Ang hit out. Rondina. 15 to 7.
This is
Yeah, I mean, no, for me, it goes to show you really
CC Rondina.
cannot rely on
Serving
one
for the Flying
player.
Titans.
I mean, the offense was all Bella Belen, and when now she's cramping, they're in shambles.
Jimenez turned back by Cheng.
Des Cheng with
Second technical timeout. 16.
a point,
Choco Mucho,
14
7.
for Des
Capital
Cheng.
One.
And technical timeout here in set number 4.
Following this match, we will have the Creamline Cool Smashers facing the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. Stay in your seats, folks.
A newly appointed Alas Pilipinas head coach, Tai Bundit. Watching the action here, well, some of his players are on the court today, including Bella Belen.
Substitution.
Well, I think what is key also,
21
Eric,
out,
is
22
which player
goes
will
in.
recover. But at this point, for Capital One, it is a bigger factor if you can get Bella Belen back into this game.
And as Leila Cruz sends it outside, you've got to be impressed how the Flying Titans have really tightened it up defensively and offensively. Without Kat Tolentino, they have been able to shut down the offense of the Flying Titans and continue to score on the other end.
Well, they still have CC Rondina. Come on. I mean,
that's true.
But for Capital One, their errors just like a taxi meter.
They're just scrambling here, just scurrying to get an easy over. There have been no attacks at all for the Solar Spikers over the last 3 minutes. There's another easy over. Villegas. Oh man, Jen Villegas, 9 points. She is a point away from a double-digit performance. And this is her first game for the Flying Titans.
I'm out. Solar Spikers.
Hey, calm, calm, calm. The ball not good. Go there, push long. The side, open space, go there. I set him. Two guys on the same ball. Three guys on the drop that you can just go there and stand up. Wait.
Calm it down. Bring more time.
Well, that is the last time out for Coach De Brito. There's a good sign for the Solar Spikers. Bella Belen is walking it off, but she's holding a band, so it seems like she will just try and stretch out the remainder of this fourth set because it is already an 11-point lead for the Flying Titans.
You know, it just goes to show, even if you're young, fitness is always very, very important.
Another bad pass. It's been one bad pass after another, which is why the Solar Spikers have not attempted an attack in the last 3 minutes of this set number 4.
Well, when Bella Belen went to the sidelines because of cramps, you can see the confidence of Capital One. It changed. You know, you have to realize we're a team. We can do this together.
And Shaya Adorador, the only other player who has scored in double digits for the Solar Spikers, so far only 7 points, and she has been taken to the bench, replaced by Tapia as Rondina gets her 18th point today.
Now Rondina, the confident Rondina is just making mincemeat of the defense of Capital One, which worked so well in the first and the third set.
Biggest lead at 13 points. Biggest lead in the game for the Flying Titans. First attack that goes through properly for the Solar Spikers. Credit to the defense of the Flying Titans. They're just popping everything up. Except for that one. The last 2 points of the Solar Spikers have been from Cherry Nunag.
Yeah. But now she goes to the back. Cherry Nunag against her former teammates.
Cherry Nunag serving for the Solar
Nunag.
Spikers.
Matching her highest output so far this conference, 2 points. Tapia with an easy over again. Chance ball for the Flying Titans. Des Cheng is rejected.
Cheng, well read by Cruz.
Well, much needed stop there for Capital One.
Cruz with her first block today. She's got 4 points. The Solar Spikers still in single digits. They've only got 9 points here in set 4. In the meantime, Villegas with a nice hit, but good defense that time for the Solar Spikers. And a block! Back-to-back monster blocks for the Solar Spikers. Ronquillo gets her first point today.
And they get to 10. Capital One.
10 to 20.
And that is also Ronquillo's first points of the conference.
Well, that should boost her confidence.
Cheng looking for point number 15, not there yet. Dina Wong kneeling dig. Viray stops the run of the Solar Spikers.
21 to 10.
Caitlin Viray, you like the substitution. She's been solid for Choco Mucho.
First attack point for Caitlin Viray.
Jen Villegas.
It's back to an 11-point lead for Villegas and the Flying Titans.
Well read by Tapia. Ball is out.
That was close.
Solar Spikers gain a point. Layla Cruz serving for Capital One.
Cheng. Corvina with the receive. Ronquillo pushes it. Corvina sets it up for Tapia in the back row. Cheng comes up short.
Miscalculation. Cheng.
Well, Capital One's doing what they should do. They may be down by a huge margin, but you have to get some run and bring it to the possible, maybe inevitable 5th set.
Service.
It's a 9-point game. Still a huge deficit against the Solar Spikers. Viray. And Pecaña
Pecaña reaches
will
over.
score.
Here we go again. Reaching
And
beyond.
there's a challenge from
All right.
Capital One. For
They take it
reaching
away from
beyond the
Pecaña.
net.
That would have been the 3rd point.
And reaching beyond the net. Capital One.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait, you can give it back to her.
So Pecaña will score her first point since the first set. She's got 3.
There's no reaching beyond
An
the net.
unsuccessful challenge.
Choco Mucho scores and
For
serves.
Coach De Brito.
Caitlin Viray.
He still has
Service zone.
one more challenge remaining. Bad pass. Ronquillo. Here's an overpass.
Gaston on the regalo.
You know, you forget that Ronquillo was a star in her former team.
Franz Ronquillo. Serving to the Solar Spikers.
Franz Ronquillo played for FEU first and then for NU back in season 84 of the UAAP. Tapia. Viray picks it up. Cheng.
Oh, good save.
Good save by Tapia. Chance ball here for the Flying Titans. Pecaña pushes it. Much better defense by the Solar Spikers, and they convert Ronquillo with her 2nd straight point.
14.
Well, renewed energy in the side of Capital One. So again, Coach Jorge using his bench to try to change things up.
There's a mini run for Franz Ronquillo and the Solar Spikers. But will it be enough to get them all the way back? Cheng sends it outside.
Ball is out. 15-22. Timeout. Flying Titans.
Coach Alin Sanurin has seen enough when we'll call a timeout.
Masyado yung pinapako yung sarili nyo. May isang next set pa tayo, ha?
Isa-isa guys, ha? 3 points to go.
Isa lang, ha? Isa lang naman ang kailangan makapatay. Isa muna mo tayo, then trabuhin natin yung break point natin, ha? Okay na yung break point natin, pero yung side out naman natin ang nagkakaproblema ngayon, ha? Unahin sa pasa, unahin sa pasa. Every time na bibigyan kayo ng bola, siguro, mindset lang, mindset, papatay ko itong bola. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Pasa lang tayo.
Well, the lead of the Flying Titans was as high as 13 points. And now they're only up by 7. There's Kat Tolentino, right now the second leading scorer because Rondina has overtaken her, or Rondina with 18, but Kat has 17. Meanwhile, Bella Belen, she looks like she's
Up and about.
back at 100%. He has 24 points, but is still on the bench, recovering from cramps. Cheng spitting big for Ronquillo. Corvina pops it up. Second touch. Another easy over for the Solar Spikers. Pipe attack.
Oh, good dig.
Corvina, excellent defense. Tapia. Cheng, got it. 15 points for Des Cheng.
We gotta keep trying, and Des Cheng is showing us exactly that. That's, I think, one of the better kills we've seen from Des Cheng today. What a game Des Cheng is having.
15 points. She only scored one point through 3 games. And then to come up with 15 in the absence of Ea Laure. And Mendres serving. She has yet to score today. And
Gaston scores.
Gaston fires in her 6th point of the game.
She has been consistent for Capital One. When they are able to go to her, you know, her numbers are pretty good.
Second best game for Pauline Gaston after the 10 points she scored against the Thunderbells. Lorraine Pecaña is turned away by Cherry Lunag.
Well, how many times have they gone through that in practice when they were teammates?
First block for Lunag. She's got 3 points.
Service. Gaston.
Here comes Capital One.
Rondina. Gaston. Big going over. Pipe attack, man. Mendres sends it outside.
Ball is out.
There's no snap of the wrist there. This is the momentum that Capital One has been searching for the entire set number 4.
Service. Gaston.
When do you think Coach Brito will decide, I got to bring back Bella Belen because this run ought to continue?
Well, when she is able.
Tapia. One-handed dig for Tang Ponce. Franz Ronquillo pops it up. Ronquillo asking for it. Tang Ponce goes back to Rondina. Ronquillo with a hit, and it goes outside.
Well, good effort on the side of Capital One, but yeah, it ends with a hitting error.
Flying Titans.
But everything leading to that, you know, you like what you see.
Well, the Flying Titans inching closer to a 4th set win. That will send both teams to the 5th and final set. Dia Andaya checking in for the first time today. Just her 3rd game this conference for the Flying Titans. She didn't see action against the Chargers, the very first win of Choco Mucho. She serves it outside.
+1 for Capital One.
Well, nerve setting in for Andaya. Let's see if Capital
Serving
One
for the
can
Solar
dig
Spikers.
deep and try to extend this.
They gave up one set point. Rondina. Corvina with a nice dig. Tapia with a left hand blocked. Tapia tries again. Down the line, popped up by Viray. Rondina. Tole, nada. Off the block.
Good save.
Couple of great saves. And Ronquillo hits it. Rondina tries again. And this time delivers the winning shot.
And the set and extends the match.
Well, we did expect this to go the distance. Both teams having identical scorecards or win-loss cards. So yeah, we're not disappointing.
That is the 19th point of CC Rondina. And it is the most lopsided set so far. 2 sets each. To a fifth we go between the Flying Titans and Solar Spikers. A big win in set number 4 for the Flying Titans to tie the game at 2 sets each. They dominated and didn't allow the Solar Spikers to lead at any points of set number 4.
Well, the biggest difference there in set number 4 is that Bella Belen had to nurse cramps. So did Kat Tolentino. But for Choco Mucho, you still had the rest. You had CC Rondina and the rest. Viray came off the bench and was big. For Capital One, when Bella Belen went out, you saw them crumble. They did rediscover their form. You know, you like the fight with them, but it was just too late. So, all is forgotten. You know, just look at the numbers. It was pretty close, but for me, you forget about what happened, and you will see if whether Bella Belen is coming in and Kat Tolentino, and we will work from there. Momentum, I think it's pretty even at this juncture.
3 players in double digits for the Flying Titans. That is Rondina with 19, 17 for Tolentino, 15 for Des Cheng. Bella Belen, the only player in double digits for the Solar Spikers with 24. Again, no A Laure for the Flying Titans. But so far, no problem. Not yet. 5th and final set between these 2 teams. This is the first time both teams as well are playing a 5th setter.
Well, I think the more important thing is for Bella Belen, she looks like she is going to play, but she will be tested because you and I both know that once somebody suffers from cramps, you are not 100%. You will play because you have the determination and the desire and the passion to play, but physically, you know, you have a problem. So let's see how this is going to pan out for Capital One.
Meantime, Kat Tolentino will remain on the bench here in the 5th set. But an interesting lineup here for Coach De Brito. Sherry Nunag, Franz Ronquillo are in the starting lineup along with Leila Cruz. So it's a pretty offensive heavy 6 for the Solar Spikers. Let's see how that pans out.
I think that's a good risk for Coach De Brito because they did show a lot of fire towards the end of the 4th set. They were down, but they kind of crawled their way back, even gained some momentum. So they're hoping that's going to be a huge factor coming into the 5th set.
Well, it's a tall front line, number 1 for the Solar Spikers with Cruz, Madrigal, and Ronquillo. And right away, it pays off with a block, so they get an easy ball. Ronquillo.
Ronquillo.
It looks good.
scores one.
Again, we try to remind people that France Ronquillo was a star when she was with Gallery. So, I mean, you don't expect her her skill level to go down because she's with another team, and she's showing that here.
Third point for Ronquillo. Rondina is in front. And again, that tall front line paying off for the Solar Spikers. Corvina playing defense in the back row. Ronquillo. Des Cheng with coverage. Biray. Dubbed by Belen. Ronquillo again cross court. Tang Ponce with a dig. Cici sends it outside. Yep.
Ball is out.
And there's going to be a challenge
Capital One.
for the Flying Titans.
Challenge. From Chocomucho.
Leila Cruz is
Block
saying,
touch.
it went over.
Challenge. Block touch.
And then Madrigal asked her, well, wala talaga.
Both teams are coming off back-to-back losses. Their only wins came in their first game of the All-Filipino Conference. So these two teams are desperate for a win.
Yeah. Again, we talked about the format a lot of times, you know, single round robin, and then the top four will be waiting, and then a long play in tournament.
Wow. How slim are the margins there? In between the arms.
Yeah, it looked like it
There's
was
no block touch.
not
The
a block
challenge
touch.
is
Wala
unsuccessful
talaga.
for the Flying Titans.
Cruz said wala talaga.
So a good start here
Service.
for the
Nabor.
Solar Spikers, 2-0.
I think this is their best start ever.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Corvina with a dig. Chance ball, Flying Titans, Cici. Ronquillo pushes. Villegas with a hit.
Bella Belen.
Yeah, if she is not scoring, she's defending. Rondina blocked. Rondina again. How solid. Cici Rondina. All those months playing beach volleyball paying off today. Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Yeah, but you have to commend the defense of Capital One, really making Rondina work.
Yeah, she's earning every point she's getting. 20 points now for Cici. Block against Madrigal. Dina Wong with coverage. Biray through the double block. Back-to-back points. Flying Titans, and they tie the game.
Yeah, this is a great matchup, you know, for Capital One, France Ronquillo for Chocomucho, Caitlin Biray, meaning coming off the bench and playing solid for the squad.
Cici Rondina with a block. Ronquillo blocked as well. Now it's the defense at the net for the Flying Titans stepping up. Belen with a save. Wong to Biray again. Drop shot is good. Caitlin Biray has scored back-to-back points and has given the Flying Titans a 1-point lead.
What a game she is having, really coming off the bench and providing stability for Chocomucho.
Biggest scoring game for Caitlin Biray with 3 points today. Cruz. Tang Ponce received going over and a put away by Madrigal.
Paying attention.
You have to remain aggressive at the net. Slow grind, Eric.
Yep. 6 points for Madrigal. 2 hands for safety, and we're tied at 3.
Serving for the Solar Spikers.
Good serve. And that's an ace for Ronquillo, her 4th point.
Score.
2 in a row scored by the Solar Spikers to retake the lead, 4-3.
Look at that. I mean, when you serve, you have to serve with confidence, and Ronquillo just has a lot of it here in the 5th set.
This one outside.
And a lot of adrenaline to go with the confidence.
For all.
How about Villegas? Great game today. Got 9 points.
Serving for Chocomucho.
Normal with a receive. Bella Belen is in front. Ang Ponce digging it up. Back row attack for CC Rondina, and that gets away from Nabor. 21 for Rondina. This is a new conference high for CC.
5.
Yeah,
serving
but Bella
4.
Belen looks like she's okay running for that. Look at this. Look at this effort.
Service from the
Flying Titans back up by 1. Nabor to Belen. Villegas pops it up. Biray looking for the cut shot and misses.
Yeah, trying to hit it off the blockers, but it actually dribbled off the net.
5-all.
This is a close one.
I'm sure the fans wouldn't have it any other way.
Ezra Madrigal serving for the Solar Spikers.
Good serve.
Off-system playing for the Flying Titans. Biray. Nabor goes to Belen.
Whoa!
Another off-system playing from the back row, CC Rondina. Belen again. Oh, this time, nobody going for it. 25 points for Bella Belen, and the Romero sisters
Serving 5.
ecstatic that the Solar Spikers are back up by 1.
That was tight, but Bella Belen just so good.
Madrigal.
Ang Ponce with a good pass. Biray, cross court.
Good dig.
Ooh, that's an iffy set from
Yeah.
Madrigal. She was lucky she didn't get called a double. That as well from Tina Wong. And a lucky shot for Biray. Her 4th point today.
6-all.
We're tied again at 6.
Yeah, pretty much making up for that hitting error. But again, how many times have we seen her play like a veteran today? You know, she is a veteran.
Serving for the Flying Titans.
Huge exhale for Villegas on this serve. Great pass by Doromal. Combination play. Bella Belen. That's dug by Rondina. Here comes Cheng. Pushes it with the left. Belen again. Cut shot.
Belen on the
Good.
ankle.
Bella Belen with
7,
26.
Serving 6.
Well, she had ample time to relax those muscles. And now she's taking advantage of the opportunities handed to her.
Leila Cruz.
Second
serving
best
for the
scoring game for
Solar
Bella Belen.
Spikers.
Remember, her conference high is 28. Bad pass for Rondina. Biray blocked by Belen. Bella Belen with 27.
Solar Spikers.
I want to see this. I have to see
As
this.
we switch courts.
Teams will change ends. 2-point lead, the biggest for Belen and the Solar Spikers. Let's go courtside to Jules Israel.
Watching the deciding set between the Chocomucho Flying Titans and the Capital One Solar Spikers. Both teams are playing their hearts out. The Chocomucho Flying Titans searching for lift, while the Capital One Solar Spikers are looking to keep the sun high. For Coach Jorge De Brito, his ask is simple, and that is to polish their defense and show more variation in attack. The Solar Spikers mentioned that Coach Jorge is open to them experimenting and trying out plays that can upset their opponents, as you saw in that last play. And on the other side of the court, Coach Dante Alinsunurin simply told the Flying Titans one thing, and that is for them to not waste any opportunity. They don't want to be giving easy points to their opponents, and this starts with strong serves and powerful attacks. Now this set will define who owns the moment. Will it be the team recovering or the team accelerating? What do you think, Eric and Noreen?
It's a tough call, Jules. Thanks for the report. Attack fault for Bella Belen as Tolentino returns since she cramped up in set number 4. In the meantime, a 2-player sub for the Solar Spikers as Iris Tolenada checks in. And Sydney Niegos coming in for the first time today.
Well, Coach De Brito is milking his bench today.
Alina
Niegos
Bigar
coming off a
serving.
6-point performance. Let's see if she can deliver in crunch time. Bella Belen. This one will not come back. Belen bouncing back after the attack error. And she ties her conference high 28 points today through 5 sets.
And she means business. Look at her game face.
Usually smiles a lot. but no pearly whites for Bella Belen in this crucial 5th and final set.
She wants the win, and it's even sweeter if ever because she had to go through cramps.
Yep.
No, she actually has to
Belen
battle
serving.
cramps.
Kat Tolentino in the game. She gets her first touch. And she scores. Kat Tolentino with 18. The big guns are back on the floor, Naveen.
Serving 9.
Both rejuvenated. What a game this has been. It has a little bit of everything, a little bit of drama.
Doromal with a short pass. Belen will set it up for Ronquillo. Tang Ponce goes to Kat Tolentino. Easy over by Ronquillo. Chance ball for the Flying Titans. Here they come. Rondina. Tolenada. Belen, that one a little low, but the drop shot is good.
Belen sees a hole.
Bella Belen, if that is not challenged, and it doesn't look like it will be, Belen with 29 now as Tang Ponce looks or appears to be hurt.
Just probably trying to catch her breath there. She had to do a wind sprint to that ball, but
She has
yeah.
been nothing short of marvelous defensively through the last 3 games and today as well, their 4th game of the conference. Back to a 2-point lead for the Solar Spikers and a
Flying
timeout
Titans.
for Coach Dante Elensinurin and the Flying Titans.
Galing sa side out natin dito ang set natin para mas marami. Pero pagka transition, namiyan mo rito pero nandito yung natabla. Ha? Ha? Every time bigay ka. Kung hindi, nandito naman si Yay. Ha? Sige. Pasa lang. Pasa.
This deficit matches the biggest or the largest deficit against the Flying Titans. Still one more timeout remaining for Coach Dante Elensinurin.
Yeah, but for both these teams, one final push. I mean, Chocomucho has to push a bit harder as they trail by 2.
Capital 1, 24 out. 5.
Bella Belen with a new
Tapia
conference
in.
high. She's got 29 points. Kat Tolentino also a conference high 18 points today. Rondina as well, conference high 21.
Serving for the Solar Spikers, number 5.
A lot of
Tapia.
highs today.
Actually,
Viray, Ronquillo, Villegas.
Rondina. Now she's got
Dina,
22.
through the block. 9 to 10.
You know, Eric, you appreciate Rondina's hard work and beach volleyball, not cramping today.
Oh, it'll take a lot for CC. I mean, imagine if you guys watch the Southeast Asian Games and how CC Rondina and Bernadette Pons picked up the gold. I mean, they went through the gauntlet there as Niegos gets her first point today.
Well, Sid Niegos coming off the bench and contributing. That's all she wanted. That's all she needed.
16 out to Nabor again.
Former Lady Heavy
10
Bomber
out, 22.
Sydney Niegos. Leila Cruz back in the game. Full front line again.
Jasmine Nabor.
As Cruz is in front
Serving
along with
for the
Ronquillo
Solar
and
Spikers.
Madrigal. This was the rotation that gave them a 2-0 start in set number 5. There's a block by that tall front line. Tolentino.
Chance.
Nabor will go to Ronquillo. Why not? Oh, France Ronquillo punches it through.
Tolentino. Well,
All the confidence Jazz Nabor has with France Ronquillo.
3-point lead. Solar Spikers, their biggest lead in set 5. There's still one more timeout remaining for Coach Dante Elensinurin. Another short serve. Underhand pass. Kat Tolentino will get the side out.
Tolentino off the hand of Nabor. 10 to 12.
2 points. If Chocomucho can break this 2-point barrier.
19 for Kat Tolentino.
9 out. For 24, Viral. Back in.
Garay returning, replacing
Rino
Kat Tolentino.
serve.
Full front line for Dina Wong and company, but she serves it into the net. Back to a 3-point lead for the Solar Spikers.
Boy, that's going to be a painful error.
Franz Ronquillo serving for the Solar Spikers.
Ronquillo already has an ace and a block. Bad pass there for a chance for a block, and they got it.
Dina rejected. Solar Spikers.
Capital
at
Solar
match
Spikers just pressing the right buttons here in the fifth set.
Bad pass leading to a block here by Leila Cruz. Sets up 4 match points for the Solar Spikers. Timeout. Flying Titans their last one.
Okay lang. Kailangan, wala kayo sa pasa. Huwag na kayo mag-usap kung sino kuha. Para hindi kayo mahirapan. Para pag sinapasa, labasan mo na agad. Ha? Ganun ang gawin natin, ha? Sige. Go.
So they give the block to Madrigal. 7 points for Madrigal along with 4 blocks today. And it's 4 match points for the Solar Spikers.
Solar Spikers
For a
at
chance to
match
get
point.
back on the winning track and snap a
At the
2-game
service
losing
zone,
streak.
number 13,
And in the
Franz
process,
Ronquillo.
give the Flying Titans their 3rd straight loss.
That's a great serve.
Iray sends it outside. Ball is outside. Naturally, a challenge here
And
for
there's
the
a
Flying
challenge
Titans.
From Chocomucho for
But
a
high
block
fives
touch.
around
Challenge,
for the
block
coaching staff
touch,
already of the Solar
Chocomucho.
Spikers.
Bella Belen saying, don't challenge, we're tired. But they will still challenge. But this is a great game, Eric. I mean, we've seen the journey of both these players, both these teams, both having to go through a player with cramps.
No block touch against the Solar Spikers. And after 5 tightly contested sets, it is an error that gives the Solar Spikers their 2nd win of the All-Filipino Conference.
Well, sheer hard work was key, really, for Capital One. Wasn't easy. Chocomucho, no pushovers,
Yep.
but you know, someone had to prevail, and Capital One did so.
It took all 5 sets between the Solar Spikers and the Flying Titans, but in the end, Capital One coming up with the big 5-set win against Chocomucho.
19-25 and 15-10. Coming up next, the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. Stay with us.
Mic check.
Big 5-set win for the Capital One Solar Spikers as they take down the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Our best player, the only player in double digits for the Solar Spikers, is Bella Belen right now with Jules Israel.
I'm here with Bella Belen of the Capital One Solar Spikers. Putting up 29 big points, 15 excellent digs, a double-double performance, and her best career performance in the PVL up to date. Congratulations, Bella. Grabe ka talaga. You're an all-around person. Kamusta ang pakiramdam? You're back in the winning column today. Sabi mo kanina, it's a process. Take me to that process.
Siyempre, I'm very happy kasi na panalo namin yung game and hindi naman namin siya magagawa kung hindi kami nagtulungan. Talagang nilaban ng team. Nakita ko kung paano nag-push yung bawat isa para mapanalo yung game.
And yung push na yan, pati yung composure and connection nyo, sabi mo sa akin kanina, pinaghahandaan at pinagtatrabuhan nyo pa. Ano ang nagpapanalo sa inyo today? Nakakapagod siguro yung 5 sets na yon.
Siguro yung drive lang talaga namin na maipanalo yung game na to. Kasi syempre galing kami sa 2 talo. So gusto namin mapanalo namin yung mga next remaining games namin. And I'm very happy kasi yon nagbunga lahat ng paghihirap namin sa training.
Kitang-kita talaga yung hustle mo, Bella. And of course, that is acknowledged here in the PVL. Kaya naman we have an award for you. Together with me are the people from the PVL Press Corps and its officers with their president, Mr. Lance Agkawili, to present Miss Bella Belen with the Miss Volleyball Award. So she was able to win the Miss Volleyball Award from last night's 2025 Philippine Sports Writer Association. So kaway-kaway, Bella, thank you very much. Okay, and do you have any messages to your fans na gusto mong iparating sa kanila?
Siyempre po, first of all, thank you po sa PSA for giving me this award. I'm very honored po na matanggap to. And to all the fans po na nanood po dito sa game namin ngayon, maraming salamat po sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa Capital One and sa lahat ng teams. And sana po wag kayong magsawang suportahan yung Capital One and see you po sana sa next games namin.
Okay, thank you very much, Bella, and of course to the PVL Press Corps. And now let's wrap this match up, Eric and Noreen.
All right, thanks very much, Jules. Congratulations, Bella Belen, a new conference high and then an award as well from the PSA.
Well, it just goes to show how good she is because she did score her conference best but sat most of set number 4, right? So it could have been in the 30s, but you know, what's important for Bella Belen is the win for Capital One.
Cool Smashers, Thunderbells looking for their second straight win. Both are coming off huge wins as well in their previous game. Thanks to our director, Ken Natividad, for Jules Israel, my partner, Noreen Go. I'm Eric Defan. Thanks for watching a big 5-set win. Bella Belen, 29 points, leading the way for the Solar Spikers as they snap their 2-game losing streak and deal the Flying Titans their 3rd straight loss of the All-Filipino Conference.